Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we're talking all about how to decorate your bedroom. And don't forget, if you're having difficulty decorating your bedroom or any part of your home, you can always book a private one-on-one FaceTime consultation with me using the link in the description box down below or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Now, I made a how to decorate your living room video that everyone loved, and naturally, if I'm not in my kitchen cooking or if I'm not in my living room relaxing, I'm in my bedroom sleeping. So we're doing a how to decorate your bedroom video, and the first thing we have to talk about is the bed, okay? The bed is the bed, what you're in the bedroom for, right? One of the biggest, most popular trends right now that I think is cool for a bedroom that will be timeless is actually the channel tufted headboard. I like these because it's got a classic reference to like an Art Deco vibe, a moment. And a lot of people like an upholstered headboard, but when you have like one piece of upholstery that doesn't have a seam or a tuft in it or anything, you can kind of get wrinkles and creases and stretching, and you don't want that because it just doesn't look good. So the channel tufted bed or headboard is something worth considering. I think it looks great if you're interested in that. It has a very modern feel. What also is really popular right now that I'm loving is an integrated headboard. So a headboard that extends either the complete way across a wall or just behind the nightstands. This is something really cool. A lot of companies are doing this in wood, and you can find upholstered headboards. You can actually have one custom made for your bed, and I think that's also very chic as well. Something I love about that is actually the reference point it's making to a Danish modern style of bed with like a teak headboard and floating nightstands. These are fantastic. I love them. The difficulty with those, however, is because of the placement of the nightstands and the bed, and when they were made, like we had really thin mattresses then, and now we have really thick mattresses, so they don't always work out well. But I will absolutely link some of those for you in the description box down below. You can find vintage ones on Etsy. You can find some great ones off of Facebook Marketplace, depending on your area. So definitely check out those as well. And one of the most popular styles of beds that we've been seeing for the last couple of years, influencers love, are these like Japandi, Scandi, pallet beds. They're platform beds, but it's like raw wood. I don't think I'd want that in my bedroom, but the takeaway is that very low beds are really in. A lot of these beds are maybe like, 4 or 5 inches off the ground, and then you have a mattress on top of them. So you get a little bit of height there, kind of a similar height to maybe like the seat of a sofa. And a lot of people can get up from that, but a lot of people also prefer a taller bed. So it's definitely something worth considering. I personally don't like those because like the whole raw wood thing is giving splinters, and that's not what I'm interested in when I'm getting out of bed. So if you are, then I guess that's great for you. I love all of those styles of beds, and something that is very popular, I'm seeing a lot of companies come out with, I haven't seen a ton of people pick up on it and take off with it, is actually the canopy bed. I think that will become a lot more popular, and we're gonna see that in bedrooms. I think a canopy bed is great if you have the ceiling height to accommodate that, because you have to remember, you have an overhead light fixture and you don't want that to touch or be too close. Like, there's not really a point in having a canopy bed if the canopy is just under the ceiling. So if you've got tall ceilings, if you've got vaulted ceilings, a canopy bed could be something worth considering in your home. Now, those are all of the kind of bed styles that people are really loving. I think you have to give consideration to the scale, however, of what is going alongside those. So for me, I'm gonna find a headboard that I really love first, and then layer and build on top of that. So once I get that headboard and the mattress in, and I have determined the height of that mattress, I'm gonna look for nightstands. I want something that comes right to the same height or a very similar height as that mattress, because I find that's easiest to set things down on when I'm laying in bed, and I don't have to like bend my arm backwards or like raise it up and do some like weird dinosaur arm thing to get whatever I'm, like if I take my glasses off, I just want to be able to put them there, not like fidget around and try and get them on the nightstand. Anyway, so you want to make sure if you already have a headboard nightstand and you're like, Garrett, something is off here, look for a mattress or even a frame for that mattress, a support that's a little thicker or more shallow so you can accommodate and adjust that height. And I think that'll make a successful bedroom that feels very comfortable. One of the most popular styles of nightstand we're seeing today is what I like to call a hybrid. It's semi-open, semi-closed. You might have 2 drawers with an open shelf underneath that we have some open storage and some closed storage. You're gonna have to give consideration to what stuff you have and what needs to go in there to decide what type of nightstand you're going to bring into your space and how large of a nightstand. You might say like, I actually really need a long nightstand, and instead you're gonna go for a chest instead of an actual nightstand. And I think that works well also, but then you'll get more storage, you won't have that open compartment underneath. I don't personally like an open nightstand all that much because you will see a ton of the clutter. Like, you know, it's nice when you look at a magazine and you see it and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful, but that's not always how real people live. And you wanna make sure you're accommodating your needs when it comes to decorating and designing your space. And that reminds me, when we're talking about your space and designing it thoughtfully, I produce a ton of videos that are all about that. It's something that's like the focus of my design. So if you're someone that likes thoughtful design and you really want to get those details correct, be sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button, join us, become a part of the LeChic family, and give this video a like. Now, that thoughtful design also extends into a rug for your bedroom. A lot of people have wall-to-wall carpet, and if you do, you don't need a rug. So I'd say don't put one there. I don't personally like the look of an airy rug over carpet. It also represents a tripping hazard. But if you have a solid surface, it's nice to have a rug under the bed. When you get up in the morning, you put your feet down on that soft surface, it always is just more comfortable and more inviting. But that rug needs to be a specific size. I want the rug to extend behind the front legs of the nightstand and past the end of it. I also want it to extend past the end of the bed in equal distance to the sides. That way it feels very square and there's a balance in the proportions. So finding a rug for your bedroom can be a little bit of a tricky situation because you're looking for a pattern, but the bed's covering most of it. It can be a little bit of a tricky situation, so it's something you really want to give consideration to. One of my favorite things of all time ever in existence is lighting. Of course it is, because some of us look great in the daylight and at nighttime, but that's not the point. I love lighting in a bedroom because it sets the mood. It creates a relaxing atmosphere, and that's essential to a relaxing space like a bedroom. So you want to give your lighting situation in that space major consideration. For an overhead light, I'd like to see something that's on a dimmer switch and has upward facing lighting that shines up on your ceiling. That way you get a glow that comes down. If you're laying in bed, you don't want to have light bulbs pointing directly into your face. It is not comfortable, it doesn't feel good, it's not relaxing. So be on the lookout for the correct type of light fixture for your bedroom. Also, we have to talk about lamps. One of the most popular trends right now are sconces instead of lamps. I think that's great if you have a smaller nightstand or if you really love those built-in features, but you also want to have light switches under that sconce to control it. That way you can turn it on and off when you're in bed. You can also, of course, have sconces that are plug-in and have a little switch on them. That's something else worth considering in your home. But if you're going for lamps or lighting, whatever lighting you're doing, you want to make sure you can't see the bulb when you're sitting there in bed. A sconce is great because it's a little bit further behind you on the wall. So if you're sitting there with a book, if you're sitting in bed on your laptop, or if you're just sitting there relaxing, watching some television, you're not met with a glaring light in your face like you will get if you use an oversized lamp. When I'm laying in bed, I don't want to see the light bulb under the lampshade, and that is the most important thing to remember when it comes to a light fixture. If you're having difficulty figuring out what height of light fixture you need, try testing out some of the other lamps in your home. Taking some of those lamps at different heights and trying them out will allow you to determine the correct height of light fixture you need. You may be able to play a little bit with the size of the lampshade or the size of the harp on your lamp to adjust and accommodate so you don't see that light bulb. That for me makes a space that feels warm, welcoming, inviting, and very comfortable and relaxing. Because the last thing I need is a bedroom that's going to like hurt me more than it helps me. That's a space of relaxation. It's a space of comfort. It's a space of enjoyment. We don't want to have a migraine in that space. And that also leads me to colors for a bedroom. You want to have relaxing colors happening. Look for moodier tones. Look for darker tones. Those tones will make the space instantly feel more comfortable and warmer and more inviting and welcoming. Bedroom doesn't have to be high glam. It needs to be high comfort, and that's essential. You also want to be on the lookout for what type of window treatments you have. I have to sleep in the pitch black. If I can see my hand in front of my face, it's too bright. I want it to be completely blacked out. So having blackout window treatments is very essential to me, and it's something a lot of people also want. But the most important thing to remember is that you have privacy. You don't want people peeping in your windows and looking at things they shouldn't be when you are in bed. And you want to make sure you have that privacy, whether that is shears or Roman blinds or mini blinds or whatever it is. That is going to be so important to the relaxation of the space. You can also use window treatments to completely transform a room. You can make the ceilings look taller. You can make the windows look bigger. You can make the space look more luxurious, more boudoir-esque, or you can make it look more contemporary and chic. Be on the lookout for what type of window treatments you're after. I'm absolutely going to link my favorite drapes for you in the description box down below, and you can shop them. They're amazing and beautiful. They're the ones I have behind me, and they're incredible at filtering light. You can have them custom made to be blackouts as well. When it comes to relaxing in a bedroom, you have to give consideration to what you're doing in that space. Some of you are doing things that we will not mention in this video, and I love that for you, but for some of us, we love to read in bed. We love to watch a movie while we're in bed, and that is something that you have to give consideration to. If I'm reading in bed, I need to have really great lighting, which we already talked about, and that's fine. But you also want to give consideration to the television in your space if you're going to have one. Not everybody wants a TV in their bedroom, and I completely respect that, but some people like to watch it and they need that background noise to fall asleep, and I also respect that as well. I have a TV in my bedroom because my husband is that person, and that's okay. We have a Samsung frame TV with a beautiful frame on it. That way, I get the pleasure of seeing artwork when I want to, and he can watch TV when he needs to without compromising and having a giant ugly black screen taking up an entire wall of our bedroom. It's something worth considering and looking into, really thinking about what does the television in your space look like. A popular trend is having a TV on an easel. That's something interesting you could do, or you could look for something like a television that shows artwork. You can have a custom frame made for your TV. That way it looks and feels more built in and you don't see the whole backside of it. When it comes to what color scheme, what layout, all of the things you're doing, I say look for inspiration online in magazines. It's easier online because you can take that one feature or element you have in your home and look for inspiration, whether that's a corner fireplace or an offset window. Maybe you already have a bed you love and it's an antique Victorian. Look at what other people are doing in those spaces and with that certain design feature, and get inspiration for that from that. You might say, Garrett, this dark wood bed doesn't look good in here with this moody color scheme. Well, look for inspiration for what someone else has done with that. Maybe they paint it white and you really love that and they have bold, colorful artwork. That can be so much fun for you, or vice versa. Maybe you see a bedroom that someone has painted pitch black and you're like, that's my dream. You can find so much great inspiration by looking up the features you already have and seeing what other people have done with them to determine or guide what you're going to do in your space. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure you share with me in the comment section down below because I want to hear from you. Be sure you share with me what is your one favorite top bedroom design tip, trick, or hack, because we all want to hear from you. We're looking for some inspiration, and I love that for us. I also know that you know someone, they could probably use a little bit of help, so share this video with them because friends help friends. I also would recommend checking out this living room design video right over here to find out all about how to decorate your living room to make it elevated, luxurious, designer, and officially GarrettLeChic approved. Be sure you check out this video here, and I will see you over there.